Good morning and welcome to Centennial Auto Sport and Tire, another episode of Storytime with Rob, Compton. So we're going back a few years, couple 35, to my first dirt bike. And my first dirt bike was a Honda 50, of course, like a lot of other people. Honda 50 was their first dirt bike. So my father, he bought two dirt bikes in pieces, and he made one out of two, and he gave it to my brother. Of course, I wasn't too pleased, but of course, my brother thought it was a pretty nice bike, and I got to ride in the back quite a bit. And my brother got this idea one day that he'd lean her against the patio, and he spilled gas on the tank when he was putting it in. And well, sir, it was a red bike, and the tank got all shiny, so he thought, what a great idea. But to wash this thing with gas, it's gonna look like $1 million. So he spends hours out there washing her all with gas, and she's looking mint. He jumps on her, he gives her a kick, and poof, into flames she goes. So she burns there for about 10 minutes. My dad comes flying out of the cottage. He sprays water all over and they get her out. Well, that was my first bike. My dad fixed that up, no brakes, everything was half melted, but it run, and I was happy. One day I'm driving this bike, and my grandfather, he had a little bit of money, and he kind of looked after me. I didn't want to say I'm kind of his pet. So I'm driving this thing, and I'm going down the road, and of course, the throttle cable's melted some, and the throttle sticks wide open. So I'm coming for the trees, and I can see them, and they're coming fast, and I'm like, I'm getting off this ride. So I jump off, and off the bike goes into the woods. So I'm about 6 at this time, and I'm standing there in the middle of the road yelling, help, help, Rick, my brother. Anyway, so my brother comes running. He said, there's nothing wrong with that bike. I drove that bike lots of miles. The gas never stuck on that. You're full of crap. So I was like, hey, give her a whirl. Fires her up, sure enough, gas wide open. Well, he's quite a bit older, like a lot older, if he's watching. She sticks wide open. He's quite a bit bigger and he can handle it, right? He's swinging some donuts on it and he's going up and down the road, but she's stuck wide open. So finally, he loses control, goes through a clothesline of an old lady, covers his face just like the cartoons, right into the side of the barn. He's off the bike's still rubbing wide open, the sheet's going around the cog, fast as it can go, and the old lady comes out and she's like, what? Needless to say, my grandfather was having none of that. So the next weekend, we're sitting in the cottage, and that's what this is about, is memories, right? Next weekend, we're sitting in the cottage, and my grandfather looks at me, and he says, why don't you go get the groceries out of the back of that old Delta 88 in there? And I said, oh yeah, no problem, I'd rather get the groceries. So I go out, and I click the button in that trunk. I don't know if you remember them old cars, but you used to have to pull the dash down and hit the button inside to make the trunk open. I'm hitting the button, boom, trunk opens, I walk back, and I open that trunk, and it's a brand new Honda 50 laying in there. What kind of memory is that? Wouldn't it like your young fella to have those kind of memories?